Like, we can't function in life if we abide by this philosophy. And he said, I agree 100%. I am just pointing out that your logic is flawed.
Moving on. A new genetic laboratory can clone any animal or person. For you, they'll either create a clone of your childhood dog or this. Who or what do you choose to clone?
Whoa. Okay, I didn't have a childhood dog, so I guess I'm going with idol/favorite celebrity. Do I get one as a personal pet? You know what I mean? Like this idol favorite celebrity, are they gonna be like my slave? I only had childhood cats. A clone of yourself to fork. No, I'm not interested in forking myself, thank you. I think there's something illegal if you get the person. Yeah, like if you take the person as a slave, but then we have to get into clone rights, you know, Crypt Leader? Like, are clone rights the same as human rights? That's the real question here. Alexa, stop. Mr. Oofman Yeet! Congrats on level 11. I don't really want Martin Luther King. Like he did great stuff and everything, but I just don't really want a clone of him. What would I do with him? Like, you sell him for money? That just feels dirty, you know? Is forking yourself masturbation? So this is like one of those really good like mind bender questions. Like how many holes does a straw have? 1 or 2? So the question is, if you clone yourself and have sex with yourself, is that sex or is that masturbation? Thoughts. All right. Let's see. Poll time. Yeah. Wait, a straw has 1 hole. Does a straw have 1 hole or does it have 2? Because here's the question, Crypt Leader. If you think that a straw only has 1 hole, then let me ask you this. If you have a tunnel, right? And you have a hole here, and you go down into the hole, and you go through the tunnel, and you come up the other hole. Then, by your logic, that is only 1 hole. Is that true? Who cares? It would just be awesome. You think having sex with yourself would be awesome? I don't think that having sex with myself would be awesome. I don't know. I rely too much on like feminine energy to be able to enjoy that. I feel like okay, let me phrase it this way. Not necessarily feminine energy, because I think that sexual things could happen with not feminine energy. But what I'm saying is, I don't provide what I would want sexually, because I'm submissive energy. You know what I mean? And so I would want dominant energy. And one of my clones would be like not as happy, you know, because they would have to provide the dominant energy. 1 hole with 2 entrances. See, that's really interesting. So here's the other thing, Crypt Leader. Here's the other thing. If you dig 2 holes, 2 separate holes, okay? You dig 2 separate holes, and then after, like a day later, you go and you tunnel through, okay? And you connect them. Now they have become 1 hole. So really, the issue is connection. If the holes connect, they are 1 hole. And then where do we draw the line? If somebody puts up a wall in the tunnel that blocks off the tunnel, does it then again become 2 holes? The definition of hole is: a hole is an opening in or through a particular medium, usually a solid body. So aren't there 2 holes to 1 tunnel? I am a dominant sadist, so I get what you mean on a different spectrum. Yeah. It is only masturbation if the clone is an extension of your primary mind. Okay, so wait, Darsons, you're saying that, like, if you and your clone's mind are linked, then it is masturbation. But if the clone can think separately and make decisions for itself, then it is sex. You're saying it's the consciousness that makes the difference. Like a donut, a slut cup, and a straw are all the same shape. A donut, a slut cup, and the straw are all the same shape. Okay, but here's the thing. A donut and a straw have 2 holes. Both, right? No, 1 hole. No. Wait. Hold on. A straw and a donut have 1 hole. A slut cup also has 1 hole. So what you're telling me is that the fact that there is a second opening doesn't matter at all. Because like, in terms of communication, like, so for instance, the other one is cereal soup? And you can't, the reason that cereal can't be soup is because words have meaning, right? Language is, this is a Ludwig video, by the way. Words have meaning, and language is meant to try to communicate more effectively, right? And if you went up to somebody and said, "Hey, would you like some soup?" and they said yes, and you handed them a bowl of cereal, that would be bananas. No one would understand what had just happened. Okay? So similarly, if you say, "Hey, I have 1 hole here, and I have 1 hole here," holding a straw in this hand and a slut cup in this hand, there's clearly some difference here. And therefore, I think that in terms of language efficiency, it makes much more sense to say that a straw has 2 holes and a slut cup has 1 hole. And a donut has 2 holes. What if the clone of you is the opposite sex? Then it's not a clone. It would have different genetics. Clone means the exact same genetics. The mouth and the anus are 1 hole. Again, a very good argument. By that argument, a mouth and an anus are 1 hole. All of the holes in your body are 1 hole. Your nostrils are the same hole as your mouth. Your ears are the same. No, they're separate holes. A hole is an opening that leads into something, you know? So therefore, each one of these is a separate hole. It's not a hole without an exit, it's just a ditch. It's not a hole without an exit, it's just a ditch. So then this is a ditch. This isn't a hole, because this doesn't have an exit. There is no hole in this slut cup. There is just a ditch. Hey Tech, everyone should go shop at buttgnomes.com. I agree. I agree completely, Seawazy. Your cup has 2 holes, the handle? That's fair. My brain is fried. Knowledge is knowing a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is not putting it in a fruit salad. Yeah. Yeah. Well said. Well said. I think cereal can be soup, but soup cannot be cereal. Similar to how squares can be rectangles, but rectangles most of the time are not squares. Okay, so here's Ludwig's counter-argument to that. If soup can be... If cereal can be soup... If cereal can be soup, then your poop in a toilet bowl is also soup. Hey, little Bigfoot. It's inedible soup. When you put on a shirt, your body goes in 1 hole and comes out 3 more. See, I agree. I think they're separate holes. Squares are rectangles? Squares are rectangles, yes. They're a particular kind of rectangle. It's like a subclass. The only hole is the handle. Okay. Okay. Drevno, congrats on level 57. If I duct tape a toaster to my hand and I never take it off, am I a cyborg? Yeah. I mean, as long as I think that the only catch is the toaster would you would have to be able to provide power to the toaster, you know? Oh, this was a good one. This is a good one, Mr. Shadow. I saw this one in Klau's chat. Klau was talking about if you drop soap on the floor, have you cleaned the floor or has the soap gotten dirty? Hot dogs or tacos? Yeah, I now all of the crazy questions are gonna come up. Then is salad a soup? No, salad is a soup because salad doesn't have like I think that the liquid has to be the main thing. What just happened to this stream? Technically yes, but you wouldn't eat toilet soup, hopefully. Yeah, I don't think it should be considered soup. What do you call an Englishman with foreskin? I don't know. It sounds it sounds offensive. Are you a sub or dom? Sub, hardcore sub. Anything is a dildo if you're brave enough. Same principle to edibility. Agreed. Agreed. I say soap is dirty, but the spot where you dropped it would be a bit cleaner than what it was previously. Yeah, I think that it has to do with like volume because there is more floor than soap. The soap gets dirtied, and a little bit of the floor gets cleaner. But like if you dumped a vat of liquid soap on the floor, then I think that the floor would get cleaner. You know, is coffee a soup? No, because there's coffee is just a drink because there's nothing else in it. You know, unless you have like little marshmallows in your coffee or something, and then it would be soup. I joined the stream because you're on my recommended. Now my brain hurts. Thank you. Hey, what's up, Mafia Gamer? Welcome in. Welcome in. I hope your recommended steered you right. We play Jackbox every stream here, so hopefully you enjoy your stay. We do have a lot of like deep discussions as well, though. This is not one of the deep discussions. This is just like this is literally a Ludwig video, everybody. Hold on. I need to cite my sources. Okay. Hold on. Ludwig. Straw hole video. Let's try that. I asked 6,000 people the internet's hardest questions. Okay. Copy link address. Alright, this is Ludwig's video. Okay. Coffee is beans, and aren't there bean soup? Well, it is beans, but it has been liquefied. It's been liquefied. There's nothing else in it, you know? Versus like, you know, vegetable soup or whatever, pea soup. Ketchup is a vegetable. Ketchup is a vegetable, or at least it's made from vegetables. Same thing with potato chips. Pizza is an open sandwich, yes. Dropping in for a quick hi, got work in like 3 hours. What's up, G-Judicator? It's great to see you. What if there are flakes of coffee grounds in the coffee? Is it soup then, or foam? So hot cocoa is now soup? Yep. Yep. See, this just goes to show you, Kant talked about this. Kant is a philosopher that I like. And Kant talked about how, so like, Kant said, so there's this theory called the universality of nature principle, okay? And the universality of nature principle says that because things happen repeatedly in the past, it is logical to assume that they will continue to happen in the future. So, for instance, the seasons have happened historically in the past, and they keep cycling through, okay? It is logical to assume that they will keep happening. But Kant said, actually, it's not. Because the only way that you can prove the universality of nature principle is with the universality of nature principle. The only way that you can prove that because things happen repeatedly in the past, they will continue to happen in the future, is by saying that because that has always happened in the past, it should continue to happen in the future. And in a proof, you cannot use the thing itself. You can't define something with its own definition. With its own word. You can't say soup is soup. That's not a definition. That's just you being stupid. And so when Kant said this, so many philosophers were like, Kant, like, we can't function in life if we abide by this philosophy. And he said, I agree 100%. I am just pointing out that your logic is flawed. Similarly, this just goes to show how easily our system breaks down when it's actually examined. When we actually have awareness and actually think about what's going on. It's not to say that we should live by these things because our society would just break down. It's just just about raising awareness. So if I think, therefore I am. So that philosophy is misunderstood, Mr. Dark Shadow. What that guy was trying to say is that he was having a conundrum where he was like, how do I know that I exist? How do I know that this isn't all just an illusion? How do I know that I'm just not in the Matrix? How do I know anything is real? And he said, well, there is something right now that is thinking about thinking. It may not be me. It may be some higher being, and I may be just a figment of that being's imagination. But something exists, and therefore I think, so I think, therefore I am, is what that means. Something must exist because something is thinking. Did you minor in philosophy or just read a lot? Neither, actually. I definitely didn't minor in philosophy, and I have not read a lot of philosophy, actually. Most of what I know about philosophy is from discussion. I took one philosophy class, but most of what I know about philosophy, I've learned from discussion.